Welcome back to the Goon Squad. You did not hear the intro for a reason because this is a special episode dedicated to the play that Vash D and myself, me being Tyler Massacre, just got to see yesterday. We got free tickets to go see William Shakespeare StarWars.
And by the way, this is episode 3. Episode 2 will be out apparently later today. Is it not right?
Yeah, it's going to be out later today. I'm also going to release the videos and stuff from that. We did a shoot interview with Mr. Josh Ashcraft, famous from Ohio Valley Wrestling and beyond in the indie realm.
We shot the shit out of him like the British Bulldog.
We shot and after the shoot, I actually specifically asked him if he was willing to do that at Halloween Havoc with me, him, and the Macho Man.
Yeah, first we got to collect the 7 Dragon Balls to revive the Macho Man, but we're doing that shit at Halloween Havoc.
Hell yeah. So anyway, if you don't...
and then we're going to go to Stark.
Go ahead and explain to them exactly what the fuck that is from, because I really don't.
It is from, if any of you guys are aware of the video, The Juggernaut Bitch, My Way Entertainment, they have a series where they took the X-Men and they made the Juggernaut their main stable character, and they've actually were the reason why... not Kevin Feige, whoever did the X-Men series, they put him in the 3rd X-Men movie, and there's just a bunch of 90s references and stuff like that, 80s and 90s references, and that was one of them. You shot the shit out of the British Bulldog.
Well, me and what's-his-face were filling out our applications for the Nation of Domination. Shit is hilarious. They managed to.
All right, we're getting off topic.
That is true. Oh, I just want to put them over for a second because why not? We have time anyway. They managed to take everything we grew up watching and loving, and somehow these men managed to remember all of it and include it in their voiceover videos on YouTube. Yeah, their voiceover work.
But that's our plug for them. And
so go check that shit out. Don't shoot the shit out of the British Bulldog because he's in a fucking coffin 6 feet under. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Shane McMahon, because you're going to fuck up the product. I'm just kidding. Let's get off the topic of wrestling because he's not going to fuck up the product, but we'll talk about that on a different episode.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So anyway, we went and saw William Shakespeare StarWars, and we just want to talk about, technically this is a review, so this is like a 5-minute episode. We're not doing the regular half-hour or episodes or the time length sort of thing. But Vash and I got to see we got free tickets to go see it, and we had I'd like to think we had a pretty good time with the way they did things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a nice showing. Got to chill out, met some cool people while we were there. We shot some pictures. I don't know if we posted those on Facebook while we were waiting for the show to start.
We got photobombed.
Yeah, we were fooling around with the new Snapchat thing, and
Derek was over here, sitting over here, these white women showing him how to use their phone, and he was like, "Hey, y'all want me to teach you how to use something else later? You'll hit me up." I'm sure he's Snapchatting these women as we speak. I'm just kidding. No, we did get photobombed. That's pretty funny. But we essentially what they did was they took. If you're aware. There's a book called William Shakespeare StarWars. I can't remember the name of the author right now. We talked about it on the last on the very first episode of the podcast.
But yeah, Joey has taken the New Hope and converted it into a play.
It was already kind of a play anyway because it was an adaptation of the Star Wars lore and stuff and the story, and it was rewritten in iambic pentameter, but he managed to adapt that to a stage play at a very small magnitude. Granted, if you've ever been in the Alley Theater, it's a relatively small theater, and literally the stage is an alleyway that gets smaller as you go back, but it also increases the amount of space and depth. It's actually kind of interesting how they work that, and the echo from just the sound of the stage actually really helps project so they don't have to use microphones, which is really neat.
Yeah, they did just go in and talk about what, we did like about the play. I thought they did a really good job with what they were working with. Seeing how you've seen the movie and it being on a smaller scale. I thought they did a really good really good job in some parts.
Yeah.
Especially with I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything, but what they did at the end just was like, I was like, wow, they did the way they put that together was really nice. I thought it was really good. The costume design was really good.
Yeah, I mean,
they were really creative
for a theater that just doesn't have money for that kind of thing. The fact that they were able to take essentially what looked like paintball gear, football gear, stuff like that, and spray paint it.
It was BMX gear.
It was all BMX gear. Yeah, they took extreme sports gear, spray painted over it, but it looked convincing. I mean, with the way they did it, it wasn't like some cheap bullshit paint. Like, it was nice paint. The design was really good. The only thing the stage didn't work, but the fact
I thought that was hilarious though. They
turned it into a work during the play.
They did. There was some hiccups in the play, but they played it off so well.
They managed to joke about it.
They did. They did it really well.
There was a very high degree of professionalism amongst the actors. They didn't dick around. Even if they forgot a line, they were quick to pull it back. Mm-hmm. They saved their performances. Ultimately, the whole thing was really solid, if you ask me.
Yeah.
The humor they used in it. If you're a William Shakespeare fan, you're gonna laugh your ass off every time they make a famous quote. If you're a fan of Star Wars, you're gonna laugh your ass off because the shit that people talk about on the internet about the who shot first, Greedo or Han, that kind of stuff is addressed in this play, and it's used, and it's funny as shit.
Yeah, and the way when we talked to Joey about it in our first interview, he kind of addressed that, and it was clever, really clever.
I kind of wish we still had the program from that night, because I actually know a few of the actors. Shout out to Patrick Allred for doing a fantastic job as Uncle Owen and one of the admirals and all the other characters that he played. I thought he did a really great job. The guy that played Vader,
he did a good job. I thought C-3PO and R2-D2 they stole the show.
They really did. They were the show.
They stole the show. They did a great job.
My buddy Riker that we met the other day after we were leaving for the podcast turned out to be C-3PO, and he is easily the most convincing C-3PO.
Yes, he was. Really.
He had the voice down and
walk.
His
whole mannerisms were spot on.
I've got to say, I mean, in all honesty, when I first met that kid, I was like, that kid's got to be a fucking stoner. There's no way. What the fuck are you doing here? But after talking to him, I was like, all right, he seems like he's kind of cool, but he still seems like a fucking stoner, whatever. And I don't like typecasting people. I don't like going by stereotypes, but that's just what I thought of him. And then I saw him in the play, and I'm like, he has so much witty banter he had to memorize for this shit. And he even stayed in character when we were walking through the hallway. Even when I was like, hey, what's up, dude? He still talked to me as C-3PO. That was impressive.
He pulled a Robert Downey Jr. on you when he was in Tropic Thunder. I don't break character until I do the DVD commentary.
Yes, he did. That's funny. What else, man? He's right. R2-D2.
R2-D2 and C-3PO, they stole the show.
They've got some images and stuff up on the Alley Theater Facebook page of some of it, and it was so fucking creative what they did. I mean, they didn't necessarily have a full droid suit for C-3PO. It's a girl on
a big wheel. She was whipping in that thing, dude. She was whipping on that thing, dude. Yeah. She was hitting corners and stuff.
That was impressive, man.
She had lines in the play.
Yeah, well, let's not give that part away, but to elaborate on what he's saying just a little bit so you guys kind of have an idea. C-3PO, or not C-3PO, R2-D2 is not who the fuck you think R2-D2 is, and when you see this, you'll understand, because it is absolutely hilarious. See, I'm not much of a Star Wars fan, to be honest with you. I like a few things about it. I like Vader. I like it when Vader tries to kill off all the annoying characters like Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, all that shit. But that character actually kind of kept my interest, because it's like, okay, so there's kind of like an ulterior motive here, and of course it adds to the charm of the play itself, and just adds another layer of humor and wonder and awe to it. But the fact they managed to scale the entire first film down and portray something on that stage of that magnitude was really cool to see. And
I do recommend actually watching, if you're not a big Star Wars person like Massacre and I are. I recommend you actually watching New Hope, and because I got to the point of the play, and I was just like, dude, I was lost. I was like, I don't know. I was like,
and it wasn't their fault.
No, it wasn't their fault either. And I was like, I looked at him. I was like, do they destroy the Death Star in the first movie? And I had to think about it. And I was just like, and then they came out, and I was just like, oh, well, I just answered my own question.
The entire time after you asked me that, I was like, do they fucking destroy the Death Star? I swear that's in the second movie. And then like they did that little. I mean, of course, you guys are going to see it when you see, if you've seen New Hope and you know about this. If you haven't seen New Hope, then go watch this. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But I will say there is a starfight. Now, the way that they did it, was really
it
was creative.
It was creative.
Using lights and just actors, they managed to capture that starfight battle. And was it action-packed? I mean, it was a stage play, so... Not necessarily, but it's still actually really cool how they were able to present that to us without tons of flashy extra shit. It added a level of drama to it because most of the time it's so much witty banter that you're laughing, or you're doing whatever Vash and I do whenever we're out in public and marking the fuck out at everything.
Yeah.
But if you're a Star Wars fan, I mean, that's all you're going to do the entire time is just mark out every time they say a famous line. And they included a lot of that shit. They really didn't cut much for real. I mean, they shortened some parts.
Yeah, they cut the filler out. They trimmed some fat.
Except for the whole intro on fucking, oh goddamn it, what is it? The desert of, was that Tatooine?
Yes, Tatooine.
Oh my god, it lasted until the fucking midway mark. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah, I was kind of like, man, when are we gonna get to the next scene? I was like, but that you have to build the story, and they did. I just have to say, dude, I was waiting for them to get to the bar scene. I was so ready for that because I was wondering if they were gonna play the music, and they did. They did not disappoint. I was like, yes, I marked out so hard for
especially the fucking intro. The intro is the thing that made me pop. Was, I mean, I don't want to say what they did necessarily. I want you guys to go see it, but the way they incorporated the music for it is going to make you laugh your balls off. And the production of the audio and the soundboard and everything they did was pretty spot on. I mean, I know the guy that runs the soundboard. I'm not going to say his name, but he knows who he is, and I thought he did a really good job at what he was doing. I mean, there are a few times where it was a little bit off, but I mean, fuck, dude, he's doing the shit live.
Yeah, and again, when there was a mess up, they didn't skip a beat. They just kept going.
There was
which really impressed me. Some people that would shake them and throw them off, but
they completely fucked up.
They when they did mess up, they continued to keep going.
There was a clever part.
And sometimes when they did it, you didn't know if it was what was like, if that was part of the of the play or not. And
that's a part of the mystique of it.
It was like I said, with them being so professional about it, it just went well.
Yeah, there was one specific part I'll use as an example to kind of prove exactly how effective they were with covering up whether or not they were screwing up or keeping people wondering whether it's a work or it's a mistake.
Everything's work.
Oh yeah, well I mean that's what we like to believe.
If you listen to our podcast,
everything's a fucking work.
Episode 2, everything's a work.
Everything's a fucking work. So there was a part where Luke had a gun in his hand and he was shooting something. I think he was shooting a lock or something. I'm not exactly sure what it was supposed to be, but he pulled the trigger and the sound guy, he didn't hit it on the mark, but instead of letting it be a mistake and plague the play, the actor actually checked the gun to see if it worked correctly, and then he came back with another shot and they nailed it and they sold it as a work, which is awesome.
Stormtrooper guns don't work.
Yeah, and
their sights are always off. They can't hit for crap.
There were some clever things because if anybody remembers in New Hope, another thing that was addressed because Luke and Han were not the only one doing work on the fucking Death Star. Chewie was too. They do address that, and Chewie was fucking hilarious. By the way, he didn't get to say much. He did, of course, he did the impression and everything, but it was all in the actor's body language and his facial expressions, and it was enough to make me laugh my ass off. Especially when he was playing chess with R2-D2. I thought that was really charming.
That was fun.
Overall, I think it's unanimous that we would suggest that you guys go see it, not just because we got free tickets or some shit, but because of the fact that this is actually a really well done, really well put together and designed and charming stage play. of one of the greatest American classic films of all time. A movie that is it's been a cultural phenomenon since its inception in the late 70s, and it's still going with a 7th movie moving into another trilogy. And I think there's
another movie coming out this year. Road Squadron's coming out this year.
So they're just ever expanding it with novels, video games, everything else. So why not bring it to the stage? And if you enjoy, and I am going to plug for this one for them, if you do go see William Shakespeare StarWars, they also do another one called
Star Wars in
90 minutes.
No, 60 minutes.
Is it 60? I swear it's Star Wars in 90 minutes or less. I'm pretty sure that's the.
It's somewhere around there, but they're gonna run through. Was it the first?
I think it's the original. It's either the original trilogy or all 6 movies. I can't remember because they've done all the Shakespeare stuff in less than 90 minutes or 90 minutes or less, and I think that's why. Yeah. It's 90 minutes or less. Yeah. But they've done all the Shakespeare stuff, so they figured out how to master that. And if you want to go see your favorite parts of Star Wars being portrayed on the stage, there's no other place to see it. Go to the Alley Theater, located downtown. Just seriously, we can't stress it enough.
Show those guys some support because they're doing a great job.
I mean, they're a nonprofit organization,
and that play they put on last night was really good.
It was. Everybody had their heart in it, dude.
Mm-hmm. And they're planning on some other big shows out there coming up soon, but show them support with their first one of the. I believe is it the first one of the year?
Yeah.
So just go out there and show.
No. This was the second showing. We missed the first showing. It was the weekend before. It was the previous. It opened last weekend.
No, I'm talking about this is the first production they put on this year, wasn't it? Or
one of them? No, because this is either the second or third. They also did The Other Boy Who Lived, which was James Bond meets Harry Potter. Right. Which the fact that people didn't mark out and go see that kind of pissed me off, but whatever. Apparently some people were walking out going, this isn't Harry Potter, and I'm like, you're in a parody theater, you stupid cunt. But anyway, I'm sorry, Tyler Massacre turned into Dick Massacre. God, that sounds really bad.
It was really shady, man.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go to jail, but anyway, so we suggest you go see that. Go see their production of Star Wars in 90 minutes or less. Go see all their shit. If you are a fan of B movies, and you love the cult films that weren't critically successful and stuff, but there's a lot of jokes and shit you look for. These plays play out those jokes, and it's worth the money that you spend to go see. I promise you will be satisfied with what you see. It's absolutely hilarious. The actors are charming. They sell their characters. They do a fantastic job. And being a non-profit organization and bringing all that together should really fucking say something. The fact that we are lucky enough to have that in Louisville. Along with Ohio Valley Wrestling, all these different organizations around here that do that kind of shit. Ohio Valley Wrestling's not nonprofit, but the fact that we have this kind of stuff here and people are wanting to get out of Louisville to go see shows, well, you guys are really missing out by not going to this stuff. I'm not saying go all the time, but I am saying go frequently, go often enough to support Star Wars.
Go in there and just look up on take a couple minutes of your time and see what they got going on. You may find a show that you like.
And also,
this was one of the shows that I saw. I was just like, you know what? When we went there, I was like, this is the one I'm wanting to go see. Mm-hmm. And then there's a couple other ones I'm wanting to go see too. So I definitely will be back there.
We're going to see fucking Heathers, dude. I know you haven't seen that movie.
I'll have to watch it.
Watch the movie, and if it's as good as the fucking movie, I'm gonna die of laughter by the time we leave that, because that movie is completely fucked up, and the fact they're making it into a stage play is awesome. If that works, I'm going to push for them to do Jawbreaker, Marilyn Manson's movie, because that movie's fucked up, and I would love to see a stage production of it.
I would love for them to do a stage production of Deadpool. That'd be pretty cool.
I'm sure they'll do something like that.
In the works
and maybe something. Maybe we can, because
they have comic books at their.
Well, that's a big thing.
That was really cool that they have that.
Yeah, they sell comic books.
Yeah,
in trade form next to the. Almost said merch stand. The concession stand. Which, by the way, $2 for a salted pretzel at a show is the fucking shit. Tinseltown costs you, $6? Mm-hmm. $4 or $5 for a small popcorn. You get a decent sized popcorn there for $3 with free refills.
Tinseltown's food.
You can't beat that.
Tinseltown's food is garbage.
It is.
I had a hamburger for that one time. I was so mad. It was garbage.
I've had some of their food too, and I wasn't too impressed. No. But I'm not really gonna rip on Tinseltown, but I think their prices are a fucking rip. But a pretzel for $2.
They also sell beer.
Yeah, they also have beer too. I don't know. It's only 2 different types.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the price of the beer, but I mean, you know, hey, you want to go somewhere on a weekend or a Friday night?
You want some shit to do?
You get you a beer and have a good time.
You get what you pay for, man. It's worth it.
Enjoy yourself.
And in order, also, I'm also gonna plug for this. Show some support. Go to Amazon.com. I think it's smiley/.amazon.com, something like that. It's actually on the LA Theater Facebook page.
Is that the store that's downstairs? Is that?
No. Okay. If you want jewelry, if you want finely made jewelry, I am going to plug for Becca. You got Becca's gift shop downstairs. I don't know that she has an actual name for it, but I like to call it Becca's Trinkets and such. Because she sells a lot of like really cool paintings and stuff. Yeah, they've got hand-drawn ink paintings down there. They've got jewelry boxes. If you're a fan of Deadpool, they have a Deadpool purse. Don't tell me that's not fucking cool. That's fucking rad. She's got little jewelry boxes and shit with comic book pages on them. She's got a lot of cool shit downstairs, and you guys really should go check it out. But what I was going to say was, go to smiley.amazon.com/the Alley Theater. I think that's the correct link. If it doesn't show up, go to the Alley Theater pages. I know it's on there. And select them, and whenever you buy something on Amazon, they will donate $1 to the Alley Theater, and it helps support local art around here. So if you live around here, you're getting your product. You're not spending anything extra, and Amazon is supporting a theater for young talent and old talent alike. So just do whatever you can to support the local arts. That's all that we here at the Squadcast, the Goon Squadcast, ask of you, including our show. If you like what you hear here, go ahead and feel free to share this video. Share our page, share our Facebook page.
Share with your friends.
Invite your friends.
Tell an enemy. Get us out there.
Yeah, fuck it, man. If you want to piss somebody off and you hear a part in our show that offends somebody, please post it all over their goddamn page. Mm-hmm. Fuck, man. You want us to say some fucked up shit? Send it to us in a message and we'll put it on the show, depending on how fucked up it is and how entertaining it is. If it's entertaining enough, it'll wind up on the show, and you can tell all your jerk off friends that the fucking Goon Squad plugged for you.
These guys plugged for me. Hell yeah.
That's something that we're more than willing to do, because we're willing to do whatever we have to do to make sure our show is successful.
Hey, man, we ain't gonna do everything, but we'll.
Hey man, $20 is $20.
You gotta get an Xbox somehow, dog.
Hell yeah, an Xbox.
Everybody got hood dreams.
I was about to say, I don't need an Xbox again. I do want an Xbox again, but that's a different thing. So, all in all, because I think this has dragged on long enough, go see the fucking play. I, Tyler Massacre, say go see this play, support the LA Theater, do everything I said, just don't kill anybody if I said anything fucked up like that. Yeah, it's a great play. Go see it. You'll enjoy yourself. I'll say, I'll go ahead and give them, because of the fact that I'm not going to let that get in the way. I'm going to give it 5 stars out of 5 stars. For a small production like that, it's really fucking worth your money and really worth your time. So go see it. 5 stars for Tyler Massacre. Would you agree with that? Or
5 stars. 5 stars. 5 stars. 5 stars.
Okay, you heard it from Vash D here first, folks. Well, second, whatever. 5 stars from the Goon Squadcast for William Shakespeare StarWars, produced by Joey Arena and the Alley Theater. So support the local arts. Go see that motherfucker. So this is Tyler Massacre.
This is Vash D.
And we're signing the fuck out.
See ya.
Mark out, bitches.